It starts with a clean slate. The coffee is fresh, the room is quiet, and you have made a firm declaration that today is the day you finally finish every task on your list. Forming that plan triggers a biological reaction. This cross-section shows the reward center illuminating when intention is set, independent from the motor centers. Inside the brain, the dopamine release for planning matches execution. To your neurochemistry, the intention feels identical to the act itself. You experience an internal surge of reward for a victory that hasn't happened yet, while the physical workspace remains untouched. You lean into that unearned high. You open the laptop, you adjust your chair, you organize the pens, you clear away old tabs. By the time your hands reach the keyboard to begin the first task, your brain has already processed its neurochemical payout. A satisfaction vacuum opens up at the exact moment the work is supposed to start. As the screen turns on, the focus shifts from the physical desk to the digital ecosystem. The cursor blinks, waiting for the first input. Instead of opening the primary project, you reflexively search for productivity tutorials or advice on how to optimize your workflow. The actual work path requires high cognitive load and energy drain. Watching a tutorial offers a sense of progress with no effort. Because the content is about work, the brain conflates the two. Passive consumption and active execution register as the identical outcome. This creates a slippery slope. A video on time blocking leads to a video on office aesthetics, which leads to a tech review, and finally to pure entertainment. Searching for advice on how to work functions as a defense mechanism, deployed to avoid the sharp, immediate discomfort of applying real effort. You are now deep within the infinite feed, an environment precision-designed by algorithms for continuous immersion. In psychology, friction is the barrier that prevents us from switching tasks. It is the effort required to start something new or stop what we are currently doing. Complex problems or drafting documents involve high friction. Digital platforms are engineered to be zero-friction environments, removing every hurdle that might cause a user to pause. This timeline shows the result. Traditional media has natural stopping cues. A borderless scroll removes boundaries, inducing time blindness. The executive function, the brain's self-control center, loses its grip. As the scroll continues, activity drops entirely. Minutes merge into hours. A brief break stretches until sunset, while the body remains motionless and the mind stays locked in the loop. Binge watching is the calculated result of an algorithmic system successfully bypassing biological friction sensors. The trance ends abruptly when the environment changes. You find yourself in a dark room, staring at a digital clock that reads 12:47 a.m. The immediate realization of wasted time brings a wave of guilt that replaces the dopamine of the feed. This guilt is physically exhausting. The stress of the regret drains the remaining cognitive energy that could have been used to salvage the night. To manage distress, as guilt depletes the energy meter, the brain activates the fresh start effect for immediate relief. Promising a better tomorrow triggers a new dopamine spike, restarting the reward cycle that began 14 hours ago. Recognizing this timeline as a biological reaction to modern technology, rather than a character flaw, changes how we address the problem. Breaking the loop requires reintroducing friction. By using physical barriers and digital blockers, the motivation felt in the morning can be protected from the zero-friction design of the screen.